Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. The brewing Logan feud between B&B and Logan ignites the soap opera for 2026. This year, the Logan sisters' relationship is likely to explode. It's time for the Logan sisters' relationship on The Bold and the Beautiful to fall apart. Even though the rekindled love and family time of fall 2025 brought us joy and warmth over the holiday season, it was not going to last. There must be tension in this soap opera. And what better fuel than a fashion altercation between the Forresters that isn't a recurring altercation? To keep the Forrester family on its toes, viewers have been hoping for the emergence of a competing fashion firm. Sadly, Sally Spectra's narrative did not turn out that way. She is currently on The Young and the Restless. However, Logan, Katie's new business, is already causing a lot of headaches before it has even been established. Key takeaways: Katie and Brooke's shaky relationship. Although Donna claims to be caught in the center, she usually goes with Brooke. How things will get worse because of Eric's relationship with Logan. Logan exposes Katie and Brooke's fragile relationship. Katie's unwillingness to take her sister's feelings into account when making business decisions is what's driving Katie and Brooke's relationship to fall apart. Because of a decision made by one of her younger siblings, Brooke is not accustomed to being Logan. She is accustomed to the respect that Katie and Donna show her because she is the oldest. With Katie's Logan brand, that isn't taking place. Katie is not requesting permission. Rather, she wants assistance. Brooke has never had to share the attention in her professional life, so that's a whole other ball game. When Brooke revealed to Katie that she views her as her younger sister, and that she always looks down at her from the window, desiring her life, she was giving herself away. She does not consider Katie's dream to be her own. As a result, she doesn't accept the fact that both of them can use the name Logan in the fashion industry. Katie is essentially dressing up in her big sister's clothes, and Brooke views it as her territory. It's dehumanizing and shows that Brooke doesn't think Katie is on par with her. Although Katie brought up the affair between Bill and Brooke, there is more going on between the sisters than just that betrayal. In the end, it comes down to disrespect. Although the two have disagreed over how their name is used, Brooke had doubts about Katie's business long before her sister gave it their family name. She doesn't view her as anything more than her younger sister, who works well in the background and seems to fit in. Katie wants to disprove Brooke. Donna isn't in the middle. She's Team Brooke as the middle sister. Donna has said over the years that whenever Brooke and Katie argue, she frequently feels caught in the between. However, that is untrue. Even when Brooke is at fault, Donna usually takes her side. The most notorious instance is when Donna concealed Brooke's pregnancy with Bill's child, including participating in a conversation when Brooke attempted to persuade Eric that the child was his. Donna attempted to persuade her sisters to see reason during the first argument about Logan's name. However, the compromise she suggested would have required Katie to rename her company in order to appease Brooke. In order to get along, Donna usually goes along. Even when Hope and Carter took her husband's business from him, she was written that way. However, we could see Donna discovering her own voice in this tale since the writing allowed animosity between the Logans to surface. Because Eric chose to work with Katie on Logan, she also had some stake in the outcome. A fashion war on the horizon which forced Eric to leave Forrester Creations. It is evident that Eric has no desire to be allowed back into his own business, even if his son attempted to walk back and forced him into retirement. Katie's endeavor is therefore timely for him. He has always been FC's creative force. The commercial part of their empire was managed by Stephanie, and he wants to build that kind of relationship with Katie. She has acknowledged that she is not a designer, and that she urgently needs a powerful voice to guide the design team she plans to assemble. Eric can help with that. According to Ridge, Katie lacks a strong enough character to set Logan apart. She will, and she will benefit from Eric's decades of experience. Since Eric's love of fashion hasn't diminished as he's aged, it's a win-win situation for both of them. He continues to draw and overflow with ideas. However, there is a problem. Donna doesn't want her husband to work as quickly as he used to, but Katie finds it absurd that he was even retired. She wants to go on trips with him and spend time relaxing and resting. It's the complete opposite of what Eric desires. His family is very concerned about his health, but he dislikes that they simply expect him to retire. When everyone is informed about his new position as Logan's lead designer, it won't go down well. Katie had already been accused of stealing from Rich and Brooke. Even if it's Eric's choice, a collaboration with him would increase that feeling 1,000-fold. The sparks that have been flying will ignite once they discover that these two want to be a formidable team. This kind of plot has some serious stakes, and it's just what B&B needs to get off to a great start this year. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Is it unfair for Steffi to hire Dylan after firing Deke since she suddenly has extra cash? According to teasers for The Bold and the Beautiful, we must ask, is it unfair for Steffi Forrester Finnegan to hire Dylan after firing Deke Sharp? Why did Dylan suddenly have extra cash after Deke was fired? Deke has been pursuing a profession in fashion and actually attended design school. Everyone was amazed by Deke's sketches when he anonymously submitted his portfolio. People continue to recognize Deke's skill, but it is clear that he needs a little more experience before he can truly make a splash in the profession. Deke clearly has what it takes to become a rising star in the fashion industry. Regretfully, Deke was unable to maintain his job at Forrester Creations despite all of it. Deke was pushed out the door as soon as Thomas Forrester made the decision that he wanted to return to Hope Logan Spencer's line. Steffi made Hope fire Deke because Thomas and Zen Forrester Dominguez insisted she could manage Hope for the future's resurrection without him. Steffi insisted that they couldn't keep someone they didn't need on the payroll, despite Hope's belief that there must be space for Deke. Naturally, when Electra Forrester and Will Spencer approached Steffi in need of employment assistance for Dylan, she undoubtedly altered her mind. Steffi has agreed to speak with Rich Forrester about hiring her, and is now keen to assist Dylan in any way she can. Dylan will shortly start working for Forrester if everything goes according to plan. Since they clearly don't need Dylan, it appears like Steffi is going against what she previously stated, yet they are still planning to compensate her for a new position in the company. When it came to Hope's line, why did it have to be all or nothing for Deke? Given that there seems to be extra money, couldn't Deke have continued working for the corporation as a fashion designer somewhere else? Dylan is an artist, but she doesn't really understand fashion. Thus she won't be as valuable to Forrester Creations as Deke would be. After all the "we don't have the money for Deke" rhetoric, we understand why Steffi wants to assist a buddy in need, but it seems like a pointless story device. Steffi's choice must make sense because it's clear that B&B wanted Deke at Logan, whereas Dylan probably causes problems for Electra and Will at Forrester. We'll provide updates on all the exciting news and major face-offs, because spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful indicate that there are still more fashion-related shocks to come. Brooke's puzzle, RJ's discovery. Beatty celebrate. Bill Spencer and Katie Logan Spencer celebrate a victory in tomorrow's episode. The trademark dispute is discovered by RJ Forrester. Brooke Logan Forrester also attempts to pull the puzzle together. RJ Forrester's secret. RJ has returned to Los Angeles, but he hasn't stated how long he plans to stay. Brooke asked the young man about all the girls on his social media feed, despite the fact that he appeared happy and satisfied with his life. RJ wouldn't share much with his mom. Brooke Logan Forrester's puzzle. It is hinted that Brooke attempts to piece the puzzle together. Is she referring to RJ or Katie? Given that the trademark dispute dominated the previous week, Brooke will probably be worried about her kid this week. Brooke may question whether RJ's refusal to settle down stems from his experiences with Luna Nozawa. The blonde might also question whether RJ is hiding a particular woman from them. Whatever the circumstances, Brooke simply wants her children to be content. Rich Forrester's update. The Bold and the Beautiful spoilers on tomorrow's show indicate that although Bridge was informed about their son's travels, he still needs to know something. Katie's new fashion firm and her adopting the Logan name will be explained to their son by Ridge and Brooke. RJ will be taken aback by this and may ask to speak with Katie. I don't see RJ supporting Katie in this circumstance because he has always been Team Bridge. Forrester Creations may need RJ to stay on because Katie has Eric Forrester, and maybe Deke Sharp as well. It won't be long before Katie's business is established. Katie might end up stealing other creative talent from Forrester Creations by the time she makes her big fashion debut. The struggle of Electra Forrester. There is also Electra Forrester. She has a serious issue with Dylan, but I'm curious about RJ's role in that narrative. In one picture, RJ is seen putting a necklace on Electra. Perhaps Dylan isn't the only issue facing Electra and Will Spencer. Since RJ is not linked to Electra by blood, may he also cause issues? Spoilers for B&B. Brooke gets put in her place after discovering Taylor and Deacon's attraction? According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke Logan discovers the identity of Taylor Hayes' mystery man and acts. The rumor that Taylor and Deacon Sharp are in love is going viral. After Steffi Forrester Finnegan overheard something and informed Hope Logan Spencer, rumor spread. Deke Sharp is also aware of Deacon and Taylor. This is becoming into LA's worst-kept secret. Taylor and Deacon outed? Will Brooke be the first to discover Taylor's fiancé? According to B&B spoilers, Brooke discovers some fascinating information on the January 16th episode. Make sure to listen to find out if Hope tells her or if she eavesdrops. Brooke receives insight. Brooke urges Taylor to let go of Rich Forrester and move on. She will be devastated, though, if she finds out that Taylor and Deacon are infatuated. Like Steffi, Brooke believes that a Dacon relationship will drive Sheila Sharp insane. Sheila has already targeted both Brooke and Taylor. In fact, she has now targeted half of Los Angeles, including Steffi. Sheila's wrath is unwelcome. Will Brooke take matters into her own hands and confront Taylor about the insanity because of the possible danger? She doesn't want Steffi to suffer harm after all. However, Brooke may confront Deacon and tell him not to follow Taylor. Can Deacon and Taylor stop their growing desire, though? Naturally, Taylor's actions in this situation are wholly unprofessional, and Deacon is at least feigning love for Sheila. What takes place after Dacon? Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful suggest that Sheila's good deed may be coming to an end. Although she has been good for some time, there appears to be trouble ahead. She was unable to persuade Deke and Hope in the last several days at Il Giardino, and she is aware that they dislike her with their father. Tell us, B&B fans. Do you believe that Taylor and Deacon are merely having a passionate affair, or are they pursuing a romantic relationship? Every argument for and against B&B's Katie using the Logan name following Katie's announcement of her new design business, Logan, a fresh fashion war has broken out on The Bold and the Beautiful. After being marginalized for years, Katie Logan of The Bold and the Beautiful is now receiving her own plot. She is currently facing criticism for revealing the name of Logan, her new fashion business. Ridge and Brooke contended that since the name was trademarked under Forrester Creations, she shouldn't be permitted to use it. So, in this battle, who is correct and who is incorrect? We have all the arguments on both sides of this dispute. Key takeaways: when it was discovered that the Logan trademark, which Forrester Creations had owned for decades, had expired more than a year ago, the drama broke out. Carter attempted to renew the trademark for the Forresters once the lapse was found, while Liam pushed to get it for Katie's new fashion firm. When Brooke told Katie that she is a nobody in the fashion industry, the professional disagreement turned quite personal. Brooke maintained that her diligence helped to establish the Logan heritage. Katie insisted that she was the original Logan and never altered her name via marriage. Reasons Katie should go by the Logan name: Katie has spent a large portion of her life as a Logan. In contrast, Brooke, her sister, was always perceived as a Forrester due to her marriage. She has also spent almost 40 years working at Forrester. According to Katie, she has every right to use the name because she is the OG Logan. To pay tribute to her family and their legacy, she called her fashion brand Logan. Brooke, though, views it as a threat to her career. Katie, a long-standing PR manager at Forrester Creations, contributed to the development of the Logan brand. She said that she contributed to Brooke's continued relevance in billboards and fashion magazines. Thanks to her sister's assistance, Brooke is where she is now. Furthermore, Spencer Publications was free to use the Logan trademark as it had expired. After Forrester Creations neglected to renew the trademark, Katie and her group managed to obtain it. Katie had every right to utilize it because of this huge error. Bill, Katie's husband, countered that she needed to build her own brand and leave the Forrester family's shadow. Given her extensive background in the fashion world, he thinks she can be successful on her own. Reasons Katie shouldn't use the Logan name: brand confusion may result from using the Logan name. Brooke and Ridge contended that since Brooke is well known throughout the world as a Logan, having a second Logan in the fashion industry may confuse consumers. Forrester Creations previously owned the Logan trademark under the name Logan Designs. The popular Logan Designs brand that operated under the Forrester umbrella may be mistaken for the Logan Fashion Company. Katie is a Logan, yes. However, she is now a Spencer as well. She recently got married to Bill again. Instead of using the Logan name, She ought to have founded Spencer Fashions, a fashion house that would still raise controversy without starting a legal battle. Using the same name could be viewed as a conflict of interest or a breach of professional ethics, because Katie was previously the head of PR for Brooke and Hope. On the basis of this reasoning alone, Carter might sue Katie and her fashion house. Additionally, some have claimed that Katie is attempting to profit from Brooke and Hope's notoriety in the fashion world. Hope is connected to her Hope for the Future line and is also a Logan. Katie or Brooke? Who will B&B's Hope choose? What do you think now that you've seen all sides of this debate? Do you believe Katie ought to go by Logan's name? Please share your thoughts in the comments box below. RJ's couture offer. Katie fears Eric poaching accusations. While RJ Forrester received an offer for a couture design abroad, Katie Logan Spencer dreaded charges of Eric Forrester poaching. Interns and staff at Forrester Creations were excited about someone returning as a mystery man wandered the hallways. The man was soon identified as RJ, who entered the showroom and broke up the kiss between Rich Forrester and Brooke Logan Forrester. Ridge and Brooke were overjoyed by their son's unexpected return. When Brooke questioned RJ about all the beautiful women he had been hanging out with in his pictures, he became a little embarrassed and talked about his trips. RJ didn't go so far as to announce he was staying here forever when Brooke pushed him. But Brooke was happy to hear that RJ had no significant travels scheduled. RJ praised his father for saving Brooke's life and was overjoyed that Ridge had remarried her. A flashback saw Ridge performing valiantly in Italy. Additionally, Ridge encouraged RJ to work with him on certain couture design projects, and RJ agreed to consider it. As RJ anticipated seeing his grandfather again soon, the subject of Eric's retirement came up. When Eric offered to be Katie's lead designer in the Logan office, she was ecstatic. Nevertheless, Katie was worried about how Eric's involvement in her design endeavor would be received. Eric said he wanted the gig, but Katie felt uncomfortable putting Ridge and Eric against one another. Eric pointed out that he was no longer employed by Forrester, despite Katie's concern that Ridge and Brooke would believe she was stealing him. Eric supported his choice to assist Katie in launching Logan, and eagerly anticipated the runway debut of their creations. Before Eric boasted about getting out of retirement, Katie welcomed him to her fashion store. Eric admitted that Ridge could require some time to come to terms with his choice. They proceeded with their ambitious plans despite Katie's knowledge that Ridge and Brooke would have a lot to say about Eric joining her team. Katie made a suggestion that Eric might change his mind once the first collection proved successful, even though he didn't want to commit to anything more. Katie and Eric were ecstatic about their new arrangement as Thursday's B&B show came to an end. According to teasers on The Bold and the Beautiful, Brooke, Ridge and Steffi Forrester Finnegan will be furious about Eric's updates, so pay attention.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.